Today, we're going to learn how to make a roasted vegetable salad with a simple shallot vinaigrette. This veggie-packed recipe is perfect as a simple side dish or filling meal on its own. And with crispy veggies and tangy dressing, this is not another boring plate of vegetables. I'm Nick Zem from Walk to Eat, where we help you simplify healthy living so that you can be the best version of yourself. If you're interested in learning how to cook and eat more healthy and simply, then consider subscribing. Vegetables just taste better when they're crispy. I mean, everything kind of tastes better when it's crispy, and that's why crispy has become the official texture of Walk to Eat. And because crispy rules, roasting has become our favorite way to cook vegetables, because with the right steps, you can make crispy, brown, nutty, sweet tasting vegetables every time in your oven. I made a whole guide called Roasted Veggie Mania that will teach you how to roast every vegetable you'll find at the grocery store to crispy brown perfection every time. If you're interested, I added a link below. My favorite vegetable to roast isn't just one single vegetable. It's roasting multiple vegetables at one time. This adds a ton of variation in flavor, texture, and even color. And this is exactly what this roasted veggie salad does. The key is to cut the vegetables into about the same size pieces. This ensures even cooking. And also remember, do not crowd the pan. You don't want the vegetables to even be touching if you can help it. This will prevent them from steaming, which will create mushy and soft vegetables, which is not what we're looking for. The roasted veggies by themselves in this recipe are already great on their own. You can totally stop there for a healthy and delicious meal. But if you want to get crazy and kick things up a notch, then we're also making a simple shallot vinaigrette. This is a perfect meal prep dressing that you can make in a mason jar, put on everything, and store in your fridge all week. Maybe the best part about this recipe is that you can go do other stuff while it cooks. Maybe you can even shoot a video like I'm doing right now. So let's get started. The first step is to prepare your veggies. Cut the woody ends off of 2 heads of broccoli, about 1 to 1/4 pound. Tear florets from the head, then cut the stem into about 1/2 inch slices. Add to a large bowl. Toss with 3 tablespoons olive oil and 1 teaspoon kosher salt. Add broccoli to a baking sheet and spread evenly. Remember, don't overcrowd. Trim the tops off of 1 pound of carrots. Slice carrots in half lengthwise, or leave whole if the carrots are thin, like this one. Then cut into about 3-inch pieces. And add to the same bowl that you used for the broccoli. Add 1 bunch of radishes to the same bowl. Cut any large ones in half. Toss with an additional 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 teaspoon kosher salt. Then add to a separate baking sheet and spread evenly. As you can see, my baking sheets are dark and worn, but the layer of baked on oil seasons the pans and helps the veggies get nice and crispy. If you're using new baking sheets, your results might not be as good until you use them for a while. Place 1 oven rack in the upper third of the oven and 1 in the lower third, and place the baking sheets on each rack. Bake at 425 for 15 minutes, then give the veggies a toss and switch the racks to ensure even cooking. Bake for 15 to 25 more minutes until the veggies are browned and tender. While the vegetables cook, prepare your shallot vinaigrette. We're going to make a larger batch here than is needed for the recipe because it's no extra work and it stores for a week in the refrigerator. And trust me, you'll use it. First, finely chop a medium shallot and add to a mason jar. This dressing is 2 parts olive oil and 1 part red wine vinegar. So if you have measurements on your jar, it's super easy to use those. Otherwise, it's about 1/2 cup oil and 1/4 cup vinegar. Add a pinch of salt and let sit for 10 minutes for the shallot to mellow. Then add your olive oil. And shake it up to combine. To make the salad more filling, add a half can or more of your favorite beans. Pour them into a strainer and give them a good rinse over the faucet. Dress with a half teaspoon of kosher salt and 1 tablespoon of the vinaigrette. Your veggies should be looking brown and crispy after a total of 30 to 40 minutes in your oven. Crispy like this. If not, then stick them back in and get them to that land of crispiness. Then add your veggies and beans to a platter and top with about 5 tablespoons of your vinaigrette. Now all that's left to do is eat your veggies. If you want to learn more about how to buy, store, cook, and transform just about every vegetable you find at the grocery store, then check out the link below for Roasted Veggie Mania. And don't forget, if you want to learn more about how to cook and eat healthy in the simplest way possible, then consider subscribing. Until next time.